Hi, today I'd like to talk about how I got my first customer and my first huge mistake. Let's get started. Welcome back everyone. I'm Charles with Midas Touch Billing. In my last video, I gave you some tips to consider in getting your first client. I later got a comment from Raina asking how I got my first customer. I totally forgot. That's something I probably should have mentioned in that video. Well, I'll tell you now, but please stay till the end as I'll let you know what that huge mistake was. It probably comes as no surprise to most of you that I was a pharmaceutical sales rep when I decided to go into billing part-time. I really loved my career, but I didn't want to go into management. The money managers made wasn't appealing to me, plus all the headaches they had. Just didn't want to do it. I figured if I could make an extra $30,000 to $50,000 a year billing, I would be cool staying as a rep. So I got my billing certificate from a local JC after a 4-day of billing class. Soon after, I was calling on a doctor as a rep. While I was waiting to see that doctor, I was telling his staff that I was billing on the side, and I was asking them if they knew any doctors that was looking for a biller. They mentioned that Dr. Doe's biller went out of business and he was looking for a biller. So after I finished my business at that office, I went to see that doctor, whom I knew because I called on him as a rep, but I didn't have a personal relationship with him. After I met with him, I definitely sold myself on my billing skills, which I embellished, as I had no experience other than what I'd learned in that 4-day billing class, and I was very confident. I also never mentioned references, and he never asked for any references because he was desperate, so he gave me the business. I know you're saying, Charles, you were a rep and you had access. Yeah, you're right. That was my competitive advantage and I used it. Keep in mind what your competitive advantage is. Your billing experience, which I had none. You probably have references too, like the doctor you currently bill for or the doctors that you billed for in the past, right? So you're going to use that as your competitive advantage, which I didn't have. Whatever your competitive advantage is, you got to use it. I used what I had. Do you think if an experienced biller competed against me for his business, that they wouldn't have had a better chance of getting his business than me? I really didn't bring anything to the table other than my confidence. Now, after I got the business, I had to perform, right? You know the saying, hard work beats talent any day, especially when talent doesn't work hard. I knew I would outwork anybody to get that business, to keep the business, so I could get more business and have references. After learning a lot from that first doctor, several months later, a doctor I called on in my territory was leaving a medical group to start a private practice. I met with her, and unbeknownst to me, her sister was also leaving and wanted to meet with me regarding her billing. I sold both of them on my billing skills again. I embellished, but I also sold them on my knowledge and experience I had with the Medisoft software, which they were going to be using in their individual practice. I got both of those clients. They were internal medicine doctors with hospital privileges, so their income was pretty good. I got those 2 clients in that one meeting. Again, do you think if an experienced biller had competed against me, their chances wouldn't have been a lot better? Especially since I had no idea on how to set up a practice, not to mention 2 practices. I didn't know how to do credentialing. I had to do that for those doctors in addition to the current doctor I had. So keep in mind now that's 3 doctors. Now that's 3 doctors in 1 year that I had to get on my own. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Because less than 6 months later, I got a call from another doctor that had 2 clinics, a private practice and a busy urgent care clinic. He heard I was billing and wanted me to take over his billing that was currently being done out of Boston by the same company that sold him his billing software. Needless to say, I got that business too. Now that's 4 doctors, plus I'm a pharmaceutical rep, and I got to keep making my sales quota because I love my career and the money I'm making as a rep. I was living on about 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, not to mention 2 small kids, 5 and 2 years old at the time. I was making more than $70,000 a year from billing alone, not to mention the income from pharmaceutical sales, plus my wife's corporate job, so we were getting paid. I soon went from thinking this part-time medical billing is cool to my ego telling me, who needs this corporate job? You're a successful entrepreneur. My ego also told me, this billing should be your only gig. You got 4 doctors, this quick. Think about how much money you can make in no time if you do it full time. So after months of deep soul searching about my options and consulting with my wife, you guessed it, I clearly threw logic out the window and I let my ego win. I quit a job paying me well over $100,000 a year with insane benefits. Don't forget having 2 small kids. I soon realized this was a huge mistake. This would be the first time I quit my pharmaceutical job for billing.